Hello. Welcome to today's episode. So we'll be talking about savings and investing today, and I'm always excited whenever I'm talking about savings and investing. So, okay, the other time we talked about building your emergency fund. We also talked about paying off your debt. Any high interest debt you must have accumulated. So today we will talk about how you are going to save your money. So it all depends on exactly what you aim for, and if you think you're going to use this money anytime soon. All of these would help you to decide on the type of savings account that you would need. However, in general, it's always advised that you pick something that is suitable for your situation. So let's break it down. We've got cash savings account, which is a great way for you to make your money work harder for you, especially if you think you are going to be dipping your hand into the money. So the good thing about them is that they offer security, they are flexible, and they will yield interest for you. So there's what we call personal savings allowance in the UK. Before I came to the UK, I never knew anything about paying tax on the interest that has accrued in your savings. So it's always good for you to understand the system you are living in, because it will help you to thrive better. The personal savings allowance allows a basic rate taxpayer to earn up to £1,000 in savings, interest free. The question now is, who is a basic rate taxpayer? A basic rate taxpayer is anyone who is earning between £12,571 as of today to 50,571. Okay, so now anyone in this income bracket is still paying 20% tax on their income. So what it means is that anyone paying 20% tax on their income is eligible to have this £1,000 personal allowance interest rate free on their savings account. Now let's talk about the different savings accounts that are available for us. So we've got the Easy Access Savings Account. Yes, so as the name implies, is easily accessible to you. So this means that you can easily withdraw the money and do whatever it is you want to do with it. So but for you to enjoy a higher interest rate, something higher than what it should be on just your usual savings account in the bank, they usually will have a limit to how much you are going to withdraw. So sometimes they may say you are not to withdraw more than once in a month. You are not to withdraw more than so time. So there is a limitation as per how many times you are going to withdraw money from that account. That is why the interest rate is higher. So it's not like your normal money in the bank that you used to, make your expenses. So you can only withdraw when necessary, and you make sure that you read the terms and conditions, and so that you don't withdraw more than that. Because if you do, most of the times it will slash down your interest rate. So then what's the need? Okay. Another account we can talk about is the Notice Savings Account. It works just like the Easy Access savings account. The only difference is that you will have to give the financial institution notice, just as the name implies. You will have to give them a notice that you are going to collect the money before they will give it to you. So it usually takes time before they can give you access to the money. So if you make an application for withdrawal, it could take up to 30 to 100 days before you get your money. So another form of savings is the fixed rate savings. Now the interest rate in this one is higher than that of the notice period savings account, and the notice one is also, the interest rate for the notice one is also higher than the Easy Access one. I don't know if I mentioned it before. So with the fixed rate savings account, it means that you are fixing your interest rate. Okay, now with the other two we mentioned, the interest rate is usually variable, which means it could go up or it could come down. So this one is actually fixed, in that whether the Bank of England chooses to increase the interest rate or reduce it, you are still earning a particular amount of interest on that savings. It doesn't change. However, you are not to take that money for that period of time. So let's say you have fixed the money for 2 years or 5 years. Just have it at the back of your mind that no matter what happens, you are never going to take that money, okay? And no matter what happens, the interest rate will not increase. So you see, let's assume that the Bank of England generally reduces the interest rate, which is what has been happening recently, it's not going to affect your money. So which means you are gaining, all right? But if things become better, let's say the interest rate, the Bank of England increases the interest rate, it means that now you are losing. So whatever it is, just know that as long as you've got a good interest rate, it is better, because who knows? I mean, it seems like things are getting worse day by day. So, but fixing it is also a good option. Just hope and pray that nothing warrants you needing the money so urgently. Okay. So the last form of savings account is ISAs. Okay, cash ISAs. ISA means individual savings account. So the good thing is that it is tax free. Yeah, which counts towards your £20,000 ISA allowance. So the UK gives you a £20,000 ISA allowance, whereby if you are saving money under any of the ISAs, then it means that you anything you earn on that 20,000 is actually tax free. So it's always good to maximize this. Just use this opportunity. So if you have 20,000 in a year to save, always make sure that you have fully used up all of these different ISAs before you start putting your money elsewhere, just so that when you are sure that the interest you are accruing with the 20,000 is tax-free. So there are different kinds of ISAs. We've got the cash ISA, lifetime ISA, which is basically for people that want to buy their first home or for retirement. We've got the stocks and shares ISA, and any other one, I don't know. So if you really want us to talk about the ISAs, please comment down below and then we will discuss it. So these are the short-term savings accounts that you can have, okay? I'm not going to bore us and make this video so long. So I'll talk about a long-term savings account and investment in another video, so that this video wouldn't be so long, okay? And I would like to mention, just so you are aware, that if inflation is higher than your interest rate, then it means that your money is actually losing its purchasing power, okay? What do I mean? Generally, the consumer purchasing index is usually used to measure, the inflation rate. So this means that they are trying to measure the purchasing power of the currency, the cost of living in a place. So that is what I mean by inflation rate, okay? So the UK always publish the inflation rate every month. So you can make sure to check what it is all the time, maybe every month when you are doing your tracking, the conscious spending plan. If you are doing it, you can have a look at what the inflation rate is, have a look at what your interest rate is at the moment, and see if you are gaining or losing. So as of January 2025, the inflation rate is 3%. That's for UK. Yeah. So let's assume that the interest rate right now, okay, I can remember. Right now, the interest rate on my cash ISA is 4.87, okay? And then, like I've just said, the interest rate on the inflation rate right now in the UK is 3%. So which means I am still gaining, right? So that is what I mean by you should always check the inflation rate, because if the inflation rate is high or higher than the interest rate, it means that your money is losing its purchasing power. In other words, over time, you are actually not gaining. However, sometimes you find that things may get better. Just as it is now, the UK is trying so hard to bring down their inflation rate to 2.5 because it increased from 2.5 in December 2024 to 3% this year. So yeah, these are the things you just have to take into consideration when you are making all of these decisions. So if you have made it this far in this video, I hope that it added value to you. Okay, so I'll see you next time with another interesting topic. So let's grow together. Let's learn together. Okay, it's always good to know the basics in everything you do. So since we all use money, we should at least know the basics of how the money works. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. As much as possible, I would like you to please comment, like, and share. Thank you very much for being here with me.